What's going on? What's going on? You got the almighty DJ CJ Flash having a blast and back with a brand new live episode of I Remember That Song. Here to tell you all about it is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jerry Dove.
CJ Flash, Dominus, Ominous. And that has some special meaning since I lost my man in the last couple of weeks to the Pope.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
For real. So now, no, all kidding aside.
Yeah, Dominus Ominous.
Dominus Ominous to the Pope. But, you know, so what's going on? How you doing?
Brother, I'm fantastic, man.
You realize it's been 7 weeks since we all got together like this.
Has it been 7 weeks?
In 7 weeks. We have different things going on, and we're going to find out what's going on with everybody. But we are a busy bunch, and we're back together tonight. And this is going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got a big show. Did you see the promo I put together?
I did. I thought it was dope.
Yeah, I pulled off my
your production hat?
Yeah, whatever it's called. No, that's the whatever you call that thing that you see. But anyway, you have to check out the promo. So look, welcome to IRTS Live. We do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Tonight, we're going to focus on an album that is celebrating its 30-year anniversary, one of the greatest R&B albums. They call it neo soul. You can call it whatever you want. This is just a bad boy and a bad album. We're going to talk about Brown Sugar tonight from D'Angelo. And you got the whole team here. And we can't talk about music without me and my friends. CJ Flash is one of them. Let's bring in the other three. There's Miss Birthday Girl, Miss Ryan Nicole. Hey. There's Bigger Russ. And there is a man who is always working while he's playing with us, CJ. I'm sorry, D Minor. D Minor. What's going on, folks?
Hey, what up, y'all?
Well, again, let's start by first of all saying happy birthday to our sis, who is doing like triple duty tonight, and we'll talk about what she's rehearsing for in a minute. But happy birthday, Ryan!
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Taurus Bull.
Taurus energy, big Taurus energy. Thank you guys. I love y'all.
I love Taurus.
Yes.
I'm a Capricorn, so you know we are.
Oh, we're like best friends.
Well, I'm a Capricorn too.
There you go. Besties.
Yeah.
That's built-in besties right there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah.
Now we talk about you at some place in San Francisco. Let's talk about this right here because the time is coming close. Co-founders. Look at that. Look what I found.
Hey, I know that girl right there.
You know that well, right. Well, I got my mouse on it, but nobody can see it but me. Top corner, top shelf, far right. Go ahead. Tell us about Co-founders that is coming to the Strand Theater in San Francisco.
Yes, well, co-founders. If you guys have been on this show at all for any time, I've talked about it here and there. Co-founders is a show I've been writing for the last 8 years now. It is a musical that celebrates the ingenuity and innovation of this region, the Bay Area. Whether that is ingenuity as it pertains to technology or ingenuity as it pertains to music or social movements, all of that. But it's something special in this Bay. And so this show is about that. It opens May 29th. So that date is fast approaching. And I am in rehearsals right now. I'm actually at the theater as we speak. And icing my knees because this show is full of dancing and singing and moving, and it's got a cast of brilliant actors and singers and performers. I'm so happy to be down.
We are so proud of you, and we are going to be there.
Please be there.
Yeah, which night we're all going to go. So everybody, we're going to talk about this every Tuesday and probably in between as well until the show is done. So get used to it, get going to it, just like you did Sinners. Go out and promote our sister Ryan Nicole, okay? And I love the hat too with the artiste.
Thank you. That I am. That I am.
All right. Okay. Big Russ. Big Russ. I see incognito, but we always got to let him see your shirt. So no. What happened here? Here we go. There we go.
There we go.
Incognito into you. Okay. Talk about it. I know that's one of your favorite groups.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite groups. Your favorite group to see live?
You a little low, brother.
Yeah, I can hardly hear you.
Well, I let the music speak.
Okay.
He's so mysterious.
Okay. All right. D Minor, are you? You good?
Oh yeah, all is good. Just working and staying busy on the station and KLW and KPFA with Let's Talk Music, and Of course, we just staying active. Looking forward to these Tuesday nights with my friends. You know,
Right on. I love hearing you on the radio, man. We listen to KALW in the mornings. Most of the time when I'm bringing my son to school, we got enough time to tune in. And yeah, I'm like, oh, that's D minor right there on the promo. That's D minor right there on the, yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool. That's an honor. Well, Ryan, you part of the whole fabric of KALW. So this is, you and I, we definitely continue to push the movement. Sights and Sounds, that was your creation, and it's now become a full-fledged show with Janae Darden at the helm.
Exciting. So exciting. She's a brilliant journalist, so I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah.
CJ Flash, looks like you got a new setup too. You got our banner behind you there.
Yeah.
And you're like a wash in this green light or something like that. Like you're in a club, a smoky club or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
A smoky club.
Sure.
I'm roll with that. That's what you see. You talking about this right here?
Yeah.
That's right
blue, right? That's blue.
Is it blue or green?
It's gonna change colors. Hold on.
You got the Christmas color wheel working. Okay.
It'll change after a while. You gotta give it some time.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome. And I know for you that are watching us now, the Warriors are on. I'm looking at it with one eye. You can tape it and watch it later. Don't worry about it. Stay with us tonight. And if you missed part of the show, I'm going to tell you again, but you can catch it all on YouTube. So you can do two things at the same time. Look at what we're doing. So come on and join us as we talk about D'Angelo's Brown Sugar. And Brian, you want to tell people how to get to us and do that thing again? All right.
Sure.
Here we go.
Do what you do. What up, folks? Good to see you this evening, this afternoon, this morning, depending on where you are on the globe. You are here with us at IRTS Live. You know what to do. You are either with us on YouTube, on Facebook, on some social media platform, and we ask you to do 5 things. We ask you to like, subscribe, share, tell us where you are, and tell us who you are in the chat. Before you do all that, make sure you're liking and subscribing us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. That's where you're going to get those promos, and we let you know where we are. Also, you can follow us on Roku TV, on soultvwatch.com. That's for all you folks that happen to be across the pond and maybe tuning in that way and don't want to check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on your television. So yeah, you're here with us, IRTS Live. We are back after a 7-week hiatus, and we are glad to have you. I'm kicking it back over to you, G-Dub.
And I am taking that right in the face. Boom, got it. All right, Brown Sugar came out in 1995. I can't believe it's been 30 years on that. It still sounds fresh. I listened to it the last few days, obviously. Got my CD cover. I realized that somebody stole my CD because I had to do
serious?
I had to burn it, to see that. So
wow. Somebody got you?
Yeah, I hadn't played it in a while.
Cold-blooded.
Somebody got you.
Somebody replaced my CD with a burned copy of the CD.
You got gaffled, brother. You got gaffled.
They 5-fingered you.
She said you got gaffled.
Got gaffled. So let's just go around the horn real quickly and talk about what you heard the first time you heard the particular song, Brown Sugar from D'Angelo. Brian Nicole, let's start with you.
Sure. So I remember going out to Virginia for my cousin's college graduation. I was but a wee young lady. My uncle was like, y'all don't know nothing about this music. And he in the rental Cadillac, he puts this CD in, and D'Angelo comes on with this smooth, silky voice singing, Brown Sugar. And we played that album the entire time we were in Virginia. And not only did we play it, everybody else played it. So everywhere we went, where we were in the mall, we were on the beach, we were at the university at Norfolk State, they were playing that album out and everybody was loving it. And so I always remember this project and have it associated with Norfolk State, Norfolk, Virginia.
All right, right on. Okay. Big Russ, how about you?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, a lot better now. A lot better.
I slept on this record.
Oh,
how's that?
I'm clutching my pearls.
I totally slept on this record. It was given to me with a stack of CDs at the Music People Barbecue, and a stack of CDs. And I listened to my music on Saturday mornings. Remember when you used to have the 5-disc changer? The turntable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was cleaning up the house, I would always, I put disc on. That's how I listen to new music. And every week I'd look at this record. It just came in a regular case. It looked like the one you just put up there. It just had this dude who in a leather jacket and some braids, who like every other hip hop artist that somebody handed me a record the last couple of weeks. And I just kept bypassing it. I wouldn't even look at it. It was I'll listen to it whenever. And then one day I was like, okay, I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. Let me listen to stuff. So all the things I hadn't listened to, I put it in there. And I kept hearing something. Everything I would hear something. I walk over to the turntable. I was like, "What? That's disc 3 again." Okay, wait. All right. Then I hear something else. Like, wait, that's disc 3 again. I open it up on the third time. I said, "Wait a minute, that's this dude. Hold on, wait a minute. What is this?" And so I stopped the scramble, listened to the whole record, and said, "Oh my God!" And I called my friends over at Bimbo's, and I said, "Look. I don't know how long this record's been out, but at least 6 weeks, and I don't know when it's coming out. But we got to get this guy over at Bimbo's." And we started researching, worked out a deal with Joey Arbogé at KMEL, and we brought D'Angelo in for his first San Francisco show at Bimbo's.
Wow!
He was amazed because he didn't know that the Bay had already on his tip, and when he played. The prophetic song, we're not going to get into that song, but he stopped in the middle of the show and turned to the audience and said, "How do you know all this music? I can't believe all y'all motherfuckers know this music." And they just embraced him, and that was my introduction, man.
Gina said she was there.
Wow,
she was there. Well, that was a fast comeback from sleeping on it to bring the guy out to the West Coast. That's a good recovery there.
Well, once you listen to the record, it was undeniable. It was something fresh and new, yet so familiar you felt like you had been listening to it for all your life.
So true.
How about you, D Minor?
Ooh, I was a little boy when this album came out.
Yeah, whatever.
Little
boy.
Whatever.
Well, hearing this album, I heard the singles actually before I actually heard the album in its entirety. So similar to Rush, it was a little delayed for me. So I got the singles before I actually heard the actual album in full. And so, I didn't have any money to buy any CDs or anything like that. So, my dad or my parents, essentially, they were a little stingy when it came to let me listen to their music because they knew that, I wasn't going to put it back the way I found. But, I had a cousin that I used to hang out with a lot, and he was heavy on the hip hop side. But I knew this was a special album when he had D'Angelo in his stack. He was not an R&B guy. So I had the opportunity to one day just listen to the album. I was at my cousin's house, and I was amazed by it. And so, unfortunately, never got a chance to see him while this album was out and being promoted while he was on this campaign. But you can only imagine in your mind what that would be like and just seeing it. So seeing the videos, it enhanced my liking for Brown Sugar, for When We Get By, and then of course the radio was supporting it heavily. But yeah, this was a great album, and then it also had that gospel tone, and that gospel undertone on it, and it gave you a feeling of a la Hawkins Family, Andre Crouch, and so it kind of had that feel to it for me. So
Great.
an album that came out and it's obviously aging gracefully.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. All right, CJ Flash, tell us what you think.
So I was hanging out with Paz Red, and we were at this club in San Francisco, small club that Red used to DJ at on Larkin Street, and the name escapes me for some reason. I just cannot remember the name.
Deco.
However, was it? Say it again.
Deco.
Yeah, Deco. That's right. We were at Deco. Red was spinning that night, and he pulled out a promo copy of Brown Sugar and didn't say anything. He just played it, and then he cut it up in true Positively Red fashion. He cut the record up, and then he went from the to the top and then just let it ride. And I went in there to the booth and I was like, yo, and he quickly put his hand over the label. He was like, nah, man, you're gonna have to wait on this. And this was before the days of Shazam or anything else like that. But he finally did tell me what it was, and I ended up going to buy it before the album dropped. But it was truly amazing. And then to find out the reason that it sounded the way it sounded was because Ali Shaheed Muhammad had his hand in it.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
wonder.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was blown away with it. Brown Sugar. Then hearing the album after that, it was a perfect mesh between, like you guys said, gospel, R&B, funk, hip hop. It was all in there.
Oh,
all in there. All in there.
I will just say, for my part, 95. So I don't even remember where I was working or anything like that, but came out, or it overlapped with Maxwell's Urban Suite, right?
Urban Hangs.
And I just remember hearing the two album, and kind of like Russ, playing those two albums back to back to back to back. I love the organ in Brown Sugar. I love the smoky voice. I love the whole thing, man. I love the whole thing. And it was still, to me, like somebody said in the comments, and we're going to say hello to you in just a minute, it was a perfect connection from hip hop into R&B. Here it is right here. Philly Noise says it's a hip hop leads gateway album to R&B. Perfect definition of that. So we're going to enjoy that album tonight. But first, let's say hello to the people who are in the chat already. I see Gina was here. Gina.
What's up, Gina?
Dondria is here. She says, hey, y'all. Haven't seen Dondria in a while. Teresa Newsom is with us. And a few other folks. If you guys see anybody, let's give them a shout out when we can. But for right now, Flash, go ahead and play the first cut from that album, Brown Sugar.
You know what? Because we talked about it so much, I was going to play it from like the the start of it, but I gotta.
Right on.
It's important.
Let me tell you about this girl, baby, I should. I met her in Philly, and her name was Brown Sugar. See, we be making love constantly, that's why my eyes are a shade blood burgundy. The way that we kiss isn't like any other way that I be kissing when I'm kissing. What I'm missing, won't you listen? Brown sugar, babe, I guess high up your love, I don't know how to be. Brown sugar.
See, that man's polished already.
Yeah.
That's polished. So the first 10 seconds, okay, you got me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see where this goes, but you got me. You got me. Mm-hmm. All right, so to my DJs and my hip hop heads, okay, so that's his first album, but what was that man doing before that? Because you can't just come out the box like that. You can't just be singing in the garage and, hey, I sound a little bit. You want to hear that?
Kicking it with Angie Stone before that.
Yeah. They had a love thing.
I gotta tell you, bro, I wasn't checking for Dude. Jason's lyric, I wasn't checking for Dude. I didn't check for him with that he wrote some stuff for some group with Brian McKnight. Usher. I was not checking for Dude. I swear, when I got that record, so put up the image of the CD. That's exactly how I got it. Okay. And with a stack of, no disrespect to any of my cats doing their thing on the hip hop tip, but bruh, that could have been Selsky. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just was not in the Selsky mood at that moment, and I listened to it whenever. I hadn't heard nothing about it. Nobody told me anything about it, and it came just like that with no label on it. Nothing.
Just in a plain case?
Yeah. It just like that. No case.
Wow. Okay.
They just handed you the CD.
Just a regular jewel case. Just a jewel case for no case.
Yeah.
You know how the CD singles used to come?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just like that.
Wow.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So when I started hearing the song in my house, I didn't hear Brown Sugar at first.
Mm.
I didn't hear Brown Sugar until much later.
Mm.
You know, it was my Dreaming Eyes is what was the first song that I heard.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo,
What is
you
that?
know? And then I heard the cover. And I was like, okay, all right, who's this dude?
Yeah.
So when we finally got, this was months before we got service of the vinyl.
Mm.
So when the vinyl finally came, because I was asking, I'm gonna get on the soapbox for a second. I was asking Bobby G, rest in peace. We
Rest
just
in
lost
peace,
Bobby G.
Yes, we did.
Bob Griffith from Soul Disco Record. I kept asking him, I said, who is this dude? Who is this dude? I keep hearing, I got this song, this album, but when are we gonna get it? I don't even know what label it's on to ask somebody what distributors got it. And finally we tracked it down and found out that it was EMI Virgin. Yeah, Virgin Records, I think it was. And we finally got copies. And they sent us we used to get these records that were so early that it was just like a white label with handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But it had like 3 different versions of the song on it.
Kind of like this, right?
Like fresh out the studio.
Still like that on vinyl.
Who knows? This might be a classic. I might be talking.
Right. That might be a demo. That might be the demo, man.
Yeah, I think you and Art LeBeau, the only ones got copies like that.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Or it might be Brown Sugar by Russell Westbrook.
I got it though.
No.
I haven't even tried to play it. I have no idea what's even on it, but that's what I got, man.
You know what's interesting about that is that I believe the label version at the time, I believe that Angie was asked to work with D'Angelo, kind of develop him and kind of get his engine revved up and things like that. So, and I believe that they had opportunity to work. And from my understanding, it seemed like he was the underdog at times. So I think a lot of people weren't really into him or believed in him. And Angie just seemed to really see something there. So
she got his engine revved up.
Right.
Got a beautiful child out of the deal.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but of course, musically, they mesh so well.
Right.
Not only that, he couldn't help but be a great keyboard player, organ player, because his dad was actually, or his dad is a great piano player, a great organ player. So he couldn't help but just get it.
It was in it.
It was exactly.
DNA.
Well, it says in 1991, Michael D'Angelo Archer formed from Richmond, Virginia, formed a musical group called Michael Archer and Precise, and they had some success at Amateur Night at the Apollo. So that was in 91. Group's turnout at Amateur Night resulted in 3 consecutive wins and a cash prize, after which, upon returning home to Richmond, D'Angelo was inspired to produce his own album and began composing material. And I guess it took him 4 years to get to that. So, CJ, what is track number 2?
Track number 2 is this right here.
Misunderstanding, that's okay, because you're my girl and I'm your man, and that's just fine. Oh, girl, you still trust me, what will be all, because all we can do is just talk for a while, and every time she I at least we
Okay, again, this one had me in the first 10 seconds. But by now I was starting to think, okay, I might need to look at the lyrics, because I don't really know what he's saying here.
Now this is the clearest D'Angelo has ever been.
Yes.
Okay. Everything else is decipherable.
Right.
he was losing me a little bit up and down.
D'Angelo actually, he encouraged Chat GPT back then.
Liner notes, please. Check. Liner
It's
notes.
true. It's true.
But that
But
was
it's
a good.
still a vibe. It don't even matter what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Yeah.
You
A
know?
good second track after Brown Sugar, because a little bit more up tempo, but still kind of had that same kind of vibe. Like
Now,
you
were
said,
you joking, or you really couldn't understand what he was
No,
saying?
I was joking just a little. Just a little.
Because I will stand on pride right now and say this record is the most understandable of all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I know we did a show back a long time. We talked about this, and you said his work with Raphael Sadiq, who helped him to enunciate and get his message across a little
Well,
better.
I'm not saying he was a dialect coach, but he having a vocal producer who knows how to produce vocals
Yeah.
was great for him.
Yeah. That's very important, especially for someone like him who obviously had raw talent. But he was able to have the likes of a Bob Power, who was, you can almost say, the fifth member of A Tribe Called Quest. You also have Angie Stone that's there, and then of course with Raphael Sadiq, who was able to get in there, and Ali Shaheed Muhammad, of course. You have all those elements in Kadar from the attorney Kadar or Motown Records at the time. Yeah, you think about it. Yeah, one thing I was always told about Raphael Sadiq was that he was a great finisher. So he knew how to be a great finisher when it came to a song. He might not have started it, but he was able to finish it. And of course, you always have to have someone who can really finish and really give you that special something. Ray seemed to do that for this album.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's funny. I think D'Angelo occupies that same space as like James Brown, where I don't really care what you're saying. I understand. I understand the energy. I understand the aesthetic, the vibe. I know what's going on, and you know, every fourth word is fine with me.
Talk to me.
Well, you know what? Like, honestly, though, I like the music so much. I ended up probably Vince Robinson, who was with us tonight out of Cleveland, Ohio. Sorry about that second loss, Vince. Come on, Cavs, let's get together here. He was talking about the snare, snare and Brown Sugar, and that kind of carries throughout this whole album as well. So just so sometimes you just end up playing the music or playing the instruments and doing the chorus, and don't worry about what the lead singer is singing. And this might be one of those guys for me because I wasn't mad at it at all.
So it's snare for you guys?
No, for me, the organ.
Yeah, it's organ.
It's Rhodes for me, man.
Yeah, the Rhodes. Yeah, the Rhodes. Thank you, Russ. Yeah,
it's Rhodes for me.
I don't know. That drum line is really cold.
The drums are cool, but it's the way
you gotta put it
the
in
way he plays. It's like he's playing the Rhodes as though they are his background singers. The Rhodes is his background singer.
Yeah.
And to put it in context, Russ, 95, nobody was playing the Rhodes.
Exactly.
Nobody. Nobody.
Okay.
So it makes perfect sense why that would stand out. It was something that we hadn't heard in that combination done before. Hip hop, Fender Rhodes, and then a cat crooning.
Right.
To all of this. Like we got a crooner. And this was the perfect storm.
He said, "Oh, he's a crooner. Oh, okay." Rhodes, RHODES. Rhodes is a
RH.
It's a keyboard.
Not ROADS.
ROADS. We have no ROADS.
No ROADS. Yeah, it's an electric like synth keyboard, and so you the sound that you love on Stevie Wonder and the sound that you love
Steely Dan
and Steely Dan,
Hancock, you name it.
Yeah.
All of Roy Ayers stuff.
Yeah,
all
late 60s.
Yeah, late 60s. Yeah. The first one had the speaker suitcase
right
on top of it. The later ones, the stage pianos had just without the speaker. You could plug it into an amp or whatever. But,
if you start digging into, just Google good songs with Rhodes, and you're going to go down a rabbit hole. We'll see you next week sometime.
All right, Dondra, you have a homework assignment. She says, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much."
Stevie,
Earth, Wind, and Fire, you name it. Everybody was playing Fender Rhodes. That was a stick.
Damien has a Fender Rhodes right now in front of him.
I do. I certainly do. He's still, but I do.
He's
Yeah.
Fender Rhodes today is
There
the
you go.
is the cost of a nice Lexus. Them joints are expensive, no doubt.
Vintage
Is it
one. You're
really?
right. You're right.
Yeah, 60
I need,
racks.
I need to restore mine, man.
Restore it and
So let
don't
me
tell
ask you this,
nobody where
Flash.
it's at.
Yeah.
So, how old were you when you realized that Fender was Fender?
You know, it's funny that you say that. I was 9. My father had a bass guitar and a bass amp that said Fender on it, so I was able to make that correlation.
Put 2 and 2 together.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you know, I would always hang around places where musicians were, like Nickel Park in Richmond during Juneteenth. So I was always behind the stage watching and checking out and just making mental notes. And then, you know, the liner notes will tell you everything you need to know. If you read anything from Herbie Hancock to Stevie Wonder, you were going to find out what a Fender Rhodes was.
Right.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
And you're watching IRTS Live. We do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. We are talking about the 30-year anniversary of the Brown Sugar album from D'Angelo. We are on track number 2 so far, so that means we got 8 more to go. So I love it when the great albums only have like 9, 10 songs on it. That's all you need. If they all work, that's all you need. Give us track number 3 at CJ Flash. Track number 3.
I said it's things that I got, won't even know. I said I got Jones in my phone. I said it's things that I got, won't so no. Oh no, oh my natural life. I've been waiting, I've been hoping on everything that belongs to me. Won't stand every single person that will take. What I wouldn't do to connect to the things that are meant for me. I said I can't
Jones in My Bones, spelled with a Z on the Jones and the Bones, co-written by Angie Stone. I could hear a little Angie up in there too, so that's another good one. Again, 3 power tracks right in a row. Right in a row.
With a very strong brand identity. Like I know it's pre-brand and nobody was doing that back then, but the identity of this album was such a conscious choice, you know, for him to deviate from what was being played at the time, and create his own lane and then do these tracks back to back. He never strayed from this vibe, this smoky club, you know, liquor filled leather velvet type situation. And this song just puts that, you know, just nails it.
Yeah, honestly, this is this falls right in line with everything else. Nothing really goes over 90 BPM, with the exception of what is it? When we get to that, it's a little bit faster in swing, but everything is right there at that same tempo. And if you go back and listen to everything in hip hop, that was around the same tempo, between 90, 95, that 50. That's where hip hop pretty much lived in that time frame.
In the pocket.
Yeah, right there in the pocket.
85, 82, 85, 95.
95.
Yeah.
Hookah's in the corner, right on, Gina.
Jones in My Bones. It kind of had me. I was thinking about a song called "Love Enough" by Soul to Soul at the time, and it kind of had me thinking about that song, just production wise, the drums, and it's like, damn,
dude, how do you know that? I'm calling you out right now. How do you know that damn song?
Love Enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Video Vibrations in your ear.
Video Vibrations.
There you go.
D minor was an old baby.
You know when you're sick, and you just stay home, and you know, and at this time,
dude, you were like with the remote control, like gaga cuckoo.
I see him on the Berber carpet, eating a bowl of Fruit Loops.
That's right.
Just tuned into BET all day.
You're gonna go right. That was it.
Man, sit that boy in front of the TV. Sit him in front of the TV. He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
What's 2 + 4? I don't know, but I know this song.
I know that.
But I can hit it on the one. I can hit you on the one though.
Right.
All right, that's a good one. Going Jones in my bones. That's the only one that Angie, at least according to the notes I'm looking at, that's the only one she wrote.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's saying background on any, but it doesn't show that she did. So that's interesting.
That's one of my least favorites on the record.
Really?
Why is that?
Because it reminded me of Schoolhouse Rock.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's just the lyrics were not as creative as the rest of the record. The rest of the record took you on. You were like closing your eyes, like, okay, I'm on this ride. And this one was a little more pedestrian in comparison to. And keep in mind, the first time I heard this record, I did not hear it as it was sequenced.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, this is a candidate for one of the incomprehensible ones.
Yes, Mama Peters. Yes,
Wait,
Mama
wait.
Peters.
Yes, Mom. We spent the first few minutes talking about that. We
Now that
sang
you're here, let's say it again. Happy
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you.
My mom ain't playing with y'all.
We were all over it.
I'm still picking in her restaurant, though.
You still what?
I'm still picking in her restaurant. It's too crowded. You can't get in. The food's too good. You got to stand in line for 6 hours.
Man,
Everybody walking out picking their teeth with a toothpick.
If they make it out.
I've seen video clips of people doing just that. I'm like, wait a
I'm
minute.
serious. I was there. I synced it.
you seen it.
Oh,
That line was down the street.
It was
It'd be
rough.
Did you tell them who you were? Did you drop your
Like,
name?
geez.
Yeah, that ain't
Let me tell him. Let me tell him. Since she gave me the shout out, I'll say my mom's restaurant is called Creole Soul. She is a partner in the restaurant with her sister and her nephew JJ. And JJ's the chef, and he's in the back cooking it up. It's called Creole Soul in Sacramento, Dondre, and you got to pull up.
Yo, Brian, did you get that? You passed that on to your mom? The screening I sent you?
Oh no, but I will.
Look in your email.
Okay.
Sherry Dub is in the chat here for you.
Sherry
man.
Duff. Hey, Sherry Duff.
Thank you.
Sherry Duff.
I
we'll be hearing her later.
I remember a few years back, you did during COVID, you did a drive-by birthday thing. We drove by, rolled the window down about this much,
right, with masks.
shot an envelope out of it with a check.
We sure did. I forgot all about that.
Ooh, we was also scary.
We were in West Oakland. It was like a real drive-by.
It was.
Yeah.
Kids playing in the street, dogs in the street. I'm like, where we at, Sherry? Just drive up and drop the check.
Just drive, just throw it. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, they're gonna carry now.
Yeah, call me later. Call me.
Right.
All right. We're
Everybody
talking
sound like
about
Luther driving by.
Right.
D'Angelo's Brown Sugar album. This 4th track is one that's favorite of a few people. Go ahead and drop that. CJ.
Whoa, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 yeah. Ooh. When I first saw you, baby, I wanted to die. Me and those dream eyes of mine started to cry in a dream. Wishing my fantasy should become a reality. Every time I see you, baby, all I do is sigh. 'Cause you're the most precious thing, baby, that my dreaming eyes has ever seen. So I can take a dream, me and those dreaming eyes of mine. It's just that you're the finest little thing that I ever saw. But is my imagination running too far? Oh, yeah. You sit that my eyes are telling me something you can never see. Something like me being with you being with me. Break it down, word. Oh, baby, you redefine my vision of love. You be the cherry in my chocolate coffee.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Come on, CJ.
We needed to hear that. We needed to hear that.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
Tell me why you couldn't help it though, Flash.
Say it again.
Tell me why you couldn't help it though.
Oh, bruh, that remix. There were 2 remixes on the 12-inch that came out that just the other one was that was the Eric Sermon remix featuring Redman.
Yes.
Eric put his foot all in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a Premiere remix where he used I Used to Love Her from Common.
Whew.
And that was ridiculous. And back to back, I would just play them. I still, to this day, when I stream, I whenever I play one, I play the other. For club heads and for DJs, this was one of the best 12-inch remixes out.
Yeah,
at that time.
Yeah, it stood head and shoulders above everything else.
Yeah, with the exception of Mary J. Blige's "Real Love" remix, which was probably the baddest remix ever.
Oh, we can argue. I would say One More Chance.
One More Chance? Okay. Okay. All right. I see your. I see your argument.
I see your One More Chance, and I raise you.
I see your One More Chance.
And I raise you. The choice is yours.
Ooh, there you go.
That's a good one.
But no, we're talking about R&B. We're not. You talking now? You talking?
Slow down a little bit.
Anyway, so yeah.
No, you're absolutely right, Flash. You're absolutely right. I'm just trying to.
That's cool. Whatever that was.
Right, so we love that one. We love that one. Bob Power co-wrote that one.
Yeah,
with D'Angelo on that. So, all right.
Now, let me ask a question of you folks, because I feel like a lot of y'all was in the room or something. These tracks, were they written together? Were folks in the, like, I know the Soulquarians, talk about being in, like, he talks about creating that other album at Electric Lady Studios, and they were all together, right?
Right.
Was this one of those albums as well, where they holed up for 2 weeks just making hot tracks? Or
that's a good question. I
The
didn't
way
hear.
I heard it, it all came from him, and then other people came in to kind of add their 2 cents here, and people were saying, "Hey, you got to get with this cat Michael. You got to get with this cat Michael. You got to get with this cat Michael."
Okay.
And it became kind of like a collection of geniuses.
Yeah.
Dope.
Well, I can tell you this: it debuted at number 6 on the Billboard Top 100, selling 300,000 copies in the first 2 months, and with the help of 4 singles, it spent 65 weeks on the Billboard 200 chart and received a platinum certification. Yeah.
Wow.
Also,
Just
4
platinum.
Grammy Award nominations. 4 Grammy Award nominations too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it was just platinum. That shocks me. It was just
That shocks me too, because I tell you,
I don't know anybody who didn't have it.
Yeah, and that album, like, it lived in, to me, in all of '96. Like into
and
like
beyond, yeah.
But I just heard it a lot in '96, '95, of course, but it just seemed like '96 and like early '97, it just seemed to be in heavy rotation.
Yeah, it was definitive.
That Maxwell's Urban Suite came out in '96, so
96.
they overlapped. And
did.
so you definitely were playing them back to back. So we're in that whole world at that point,
And let's not forget Eric Benet too, because he premiered at that time as well. So it just seemed like those 3 and that neo soul thing, they seem to be the male standards to that.
Yeah, what I like about D'Angelo though is he kept the rock gut in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I love what Maxwell did. It was elevated, it was beautiful, it was artistic and all of that. But D'Angelo was like, "Oh, don't forget we do pot liquor over here." You know what I mean? And
she said artistic.
it was artistic.
No, that's true. You're right about that though, Ryan. Maxwell just had. He was the pretty boy, and he just had.
Don't forget, Maxwell had a leg up. He had Sweetback.
Right.
Yeah, he did, and he had Ware with him too.
Yeah, there's a difference.
So
Yeah, they had a different sound, so it was almost like who do you like most, Maxwell? Because they had a totally different sound. But
yeah, totally different.
But
Well,
you didn't have to. What it was, it built this library that we could pull from
yeah,
on the male side, because then you had a groove theory on this side.
Right.
You know, and it was a really cool time in music.
yeah,
it gave us stuff to play as DJs, and away from like New Jack Swing was kind of making the transition, and Teddy was starting to do other things with Blackstreet, and so, but this was hip hop, R&B, gospel, funk, everything that was
right into Chucky, what Chucky was doing, and then people was dancing the club. You know, it was, but people don't dance no more. People don't dance no more.
Yeah,
all they do is this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
It was. You're right with Eric, though. You're right with Eric.
Well, let me ask you.
Every label was trying to get one.
Let me ask you guys. Let me ask y'all something. And I think Russ, if I'm correct, Chucky Booker, you talking about?
Thompson.
Oh, Chucky Thompson. Okay. Would you say Games was the first? Was Games the precursor to what we would know as neo soul? Well, essentially,
you talking about Chucky Booker Games?
About Booker.
Yes, Chucky Booker Games. Yes.
Why you wanna play games on me? I can hear that.
No, Frankie was.
Frankie who?
There's an artist named Frankie who is out of DC. His record was when Chucky's first solo production piece. That was the one that was like open the doors for everybody on the music.
Okay.
It's funny. Games to me sounded like it was over the pond in a way. If that makes sense.
You're about to make CJ throw something at the TV right now.
Oh, sorry, CJ.
Wait a minute, what happened?
He said Games felt like it was something over the pond, and that's going to strike a nerve with you. CJ about to throw something at the TV. I'm trying to tell you.
No. Not on my birthday.
Y'all know how I feel about Games versus the other song.
Bro, yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's all good.
Games is the one.
Okay. Gotcha.
If you really want, to me, this is my opinion. Before that, I would say, and this is not a New Jack show, but I would say Don't Disturb This Groove is probably the predecessor.
Yes. I would
to neo soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it opened the door for that type of cadence. It opened the door for that.
Man, see, this is why I'm missing the show, because I just sitting around talking about music with people I love, and we talking about it, making me think about I gotta go play this song, I gotta go play that song. Not just feeling good, man. That's what we do every Tuesday right here on YouTube. We are talking about Brown Sugar. It's the 30-year anniversary of that great album. We're on track number 5. Now this one, me and CJ even had to have a little conversation about what we were going to do with this song. But CJ, we're on the internet. My mama's not watching tonight. Play the damn song. So play the damn song.
You already let it roll? I'm gonna let it roll.
Not for too long. Not for too long.
Shit.
Are you sleeping with my woman? Why are you sleeping with my woman? This comes as no surprise. I just can't believe my eyes. My best friend and my wife. She gay motherfucker. She gay motherfucker. She gay motherfucker.
Dondria sent me a text earlier when she
right.
she gonna tune in. She said, "Such a sexy album. I've never heard no one in capital letters sing shit, damn motherfucker, make it sound so good."
She's so right.
And he sang it clear.
Oh, so smooth.
And it's
Yeah,
clear. Yeah. You
Wait,
understand
wait,
everything.
yeah,
he's
Gina,
saying.
I understand the words that are coming out of his mouth on
I
that.
can understand this, sir.
I've said those a few times myself, man. But again, great concept, great idea. Still just a smooth, still in the pocket, still works with this album, just not out the blue. That was another great cut, man. It's too bad he couldn't do nothing with it really on the radio, but man,
He didn't have to. He knew who it was for.
And the beauty of it, if you saw him in concert, then the beauty of it, he didn't even have to sing the song.
No, he did not.
The whole building just singing. He just sitting there playing the roads and smiling. And he didn't say a word.
I love it.
He got a song on. He got a song on the RH Factor album. I can't remember if it was the second or the third
I'll
album.
stay.
I'll stay.
Yeah, I played that last night.
Cover.
Yeah, and then it was another one called Bullish.
Yeah, Bullish.
Oh,
yeah. That was on Roy Hargrove's album. That was
yeah,
right.
That's RH Factor. It was that's right. Yeah.
It's Roy.
No,
Rated R.
Just Roy, not the Factor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out Joe and Elba.
Yes,
Right?
my first teachers.
Yes.
They might have sold more copies of that RH Factor than anybody on this planet.
They
I
sold
couldn't even
all
get a
the
copy. Yeah, I had to wait till we restocked. I worked at Creative Music, so that was the spot all the way.
That was
a cold album. That was a cold album.
Yeah.
So, do yourself a favor and go listen to that record today.
Yeah.
It's
Lip to
worth
label.
I see you taking notes, Jerry.
Yeah, Roy Hargrove.
The RH Factor.
RH Factor.
RH Factor.
Yeah, all the RH Factors. That first one. Oh man.
That RH Factor.
It gave us. It reintroduced us to Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah.
D'Angelo, who hadn't been around. Well, no, yeah.
Renee Newfield.
Yeah.
Who just destroyed everything she had her hand in on that album.
Common was on that album.
That's right.
You might be hard pressed to not use that album cover as a screensaver.
That's
Come
real.
on, man.
Very reminiscent of Ernie Barnes and all of them. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
If Picasso drank Cisco, that was it.
Wow. If Picasso drank Cisco. Wow.
Let me see this album again.
Looking at the illustration,
I'm going to.
What your boy said? He ain't lying.
Wow.
That's my cousin.
H Factor.
I thought it was a trash.
Put some money in there, Uka.
Okay, I see what you mean. Hold on, here we go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is pretty.
Cisco.
That is pretty interesting.
You said Picasso this.
Not the peach kind, the purple kind.
That's hilarious. I'm thinking of another album cover. That's funny.
That's
So Russ, Jones in My Bones, you said that's probably your least favorite song off this album. And you were talking about the sequence of it. So it could have been the last song and you didn't like it.
Yeah. It just was not. As I said, it just wasn't there. There's so many layers and the lushness of the lyrical content of each song, independent. None of them leaned on the other one.
Yeah,
they're all very. And that one just kind of stood out to me as something.
It was a sore thumb, if you will. That was your To Live and Die in L.A.
Oh boy.
Live and Die in L.A. Wait a minute, what?
I hate that song by Tupac.
Yeah.
I did not like that song. That stuck out like a sore thumb. But
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, but
commercial.
I digress.
But you didn't like that song?
I did not like that song. I did not like that song. Love the album, but not that song. Yeah, that you can omit that one.
All right, let's get back to an album we do love. PJ, would you play track number 6?
I surely
from
will.
the Brown Sugar LP.
I need you until you're cool. Hey. love breaks all the rules. Hey, hey, you may think that I'm a pro, but I can never seem to keep my control. I can't stand to take things so slow. Ooh, look at you, yeah, you're so smooth. Oh, when I'm around you, I can't keep my cool. And say, look at you, you're so smooth. Oh, when I'm around you, I can't keep my cool. I'm so used to.
All right, so now we're getting to the part. This is track number 6. Songs on the album. When I hear new artists, okay, they can give me 3, maybe 4 good songs. I'm like, what's going to happen now? Still strong, though. Still strong.
Still
Yeah,
strong.
strong.
Still strong.
Significantly strong.
Yeah.
Of course, I feel like the stars were in line for D'Angelo because everything was, he had all the elements there. And coming off the heels of Sons of Soul and the Midnight Marauders with Ali Shaheed Muhammad from his respected camp and with Ray from his respected camp, I felt like the vibe that came off of those albums, which were great albums, were left, like whatever was left, they put into Brown Sugar. And I tell you, because I know D'Angelo spent some time out here, obviously working with Ray and being in Sacramento and things like that. So when I listen to this album, I think of Midnight Voices. I think of some of the Tony stuff, and just like, man, it has such a Bay vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's shout out Sacramento because you said Sacramento. Part of this album was produced at Pookie Lab in Sacramento.
Right on. Is Pookie Lab still open?
Pookie.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good
Nobody knows. I'm curious. I wanna
I'm
know.
right next to Creole Soul, right down the street.
Right. It sounds like it's next door to Creole Soul. It's in the back. At the,
In the back.
where the kitchen is. Pookie come out. Hey, y'all want to come out here and record this music here?
You said wings. You said wings.
And that might
You
be
know
what
we can understand you sometimes, Pookie. Come on, man.
Right. Oh man, I say I want a pork chop. That's all.
Pookie Lab in Sacramento, and also RPM Studios in New York City, and Battery Studios in New York City as well. So that's interesting in Sacramento, though.
That song in particular made me it was like, oh, this is the kind of girl I want to be. Like, I want a guy to feel about me the way D'Angelo feels about this woman he's singing about. She's cool. She, she just smooth. She's not doing a whole lot. She just being herself. And I was like, yeah, that's goals right there.
Yeah, for sure.
And it worked, because you are that type of girl. You are.
Well, thank you.
like Brown Sugar.
Bamboo
Brown sugar,
earrings
baby.
and loose pair.
I had to take one off because it was hurting my ear. So one pair for now.
All right. So speaking of what, well, maybe we weren't speaking about it, but I forgot to mention this at the beginning because we've had this discussion before, and we got some people in the chat that are debating and stuff. So let's join in on this one. Brown sugar.
Here we go. I know.
Is it a drug or is it a drug?
Weed is not a drug.
Weed is not a drug.
Weed is not a drug.
Okay.
Is he talking about weed?
Yes, he's
talking about weed, or is he talking about?
His eyes were bloodshot red burgundy.
What kind of weed is brown that people enjoy?
The kind they used to smoke on the East Coast.
Right.
That dirt weed.
Dirt weed. Okay.
Don't know how to be.
There was just a different type of weed. We on the West Coast are a little spoiled, and we have our nose up in the air, one pinky up when it comes to weed.
Yeah.
And it's deserved because what comes out of Humboldt it's different. Not all the chemically altered stuff that's out there now, but California weed was, it was like Napa wine, California weed.
Right, exactly.
He met her
It's
in
not that
Philly.
obvious to everybody, Philly Tino. It's not that obvious to everybody.
He met her in Philly. Heroin doesn't go in Philly.
That's
it's
true.
Weed that goes in Philly. Philly blunt. Get it?
See. You smart.
Well, I've never touched the weed, so I don't know anything about that. I've never touched the weed.
But even by proximity, you're not. So you thought it was So tell me what.
No, I'm just having a conversation. I'm not saying.
in this conversation. What was you? Because the entendre is beautiful. So you know that you could
poetry of it
that
all.
three people could listen to the same song and think it's three different
Like
things.
right here it says chocolate thigh, but he's spelling it PHAI.
Chocolate thigh.
I'm thinking thigh. See?
No.
Oh man, I don't know.
I think it was a girl.
Jerry's so cute.
Maybe I was just kind of excited back in '95. Was I married then? Yes, I was. I was very married.
Very married.
Next song.
Here come the grits. Here come the grits from on high.
Next song, number 7. Now this one again. This is when it kind of told me that this guy's got some backing because he got this Smokey Robinson song on his debut album. So somebody believed in him when they gave him this opportunity to do Cruising. Say again?
Can't talk about Smokey Robinson.
Why?
Don't get on the internet and look for Smokey Robinson.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I'm writing that down too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to leave that alone.
In the meantime, why don't you play a little bit of Cruising from D'Angelo?
Baby, let's cruise away from here. Don't be confused, baby. The way is clear. And if you want it, you get it forever. Oh. Just not a one night stand, baby. Oh, let the music take your mind. And just releasing you will find. Baby, gonna fly away. Let you go my way. I love it.
Bro, so it's interesting that you're doing the violins because I'm thinking this is one of them albums where you're the what do you call it? Where you're the guitar hero and you're just playing all these. You're playing drums. I've been playing violins. You've been playing the organs and all like that. This is one of them albums where you get your own instrument throughout.
That's real.
So you heard the violins on that one. I think that's the first time you did violins. Am I right?
On the album so far. I stick with the drums on this album. The 4 on the Floor, just the classic drum kit on this entire album is so exciting to me. It leads, most songs lead with the drum on this album. And it just sets such a beautiful foundation. They don't do too much, but they set the tempo as drums do. And keep it kind of, like we were talking about, in the pocket. It's really nice.
Now, we haven't talked about the bass guitar's role in this. We heard it a little bit at the beginning on this one, so he's got a lot of bass work in it too.
That's not your average bass guitar either.
Okay,
who's on it?
That's Pino.
Okay, tell us more.
Yeah, Pino Palladino. Pino Palla. I'm mispronouncing his name. I'm sorry, but you see him. He's very stoic. He's about 6'13".
So he's tall. You're saying?
Yeah. And he is ridiculous.
Pino Palladino.
It's the first time I've heard it.
I think it's Palladino. I think so.
All right, I've never heard that name.
His son now plays and is very well respected X-Man too.
Nice.
Right. Well, that's one good thing about the Google machine.
Yeah, let me make sure. Let me back up. Let me back up because I'm not quite sure. Now that I think about it, the chat room is going to get me. He might not have played on this record, but he was definitely.
Here we go, right here. Philly T Noise, right here. Pino Palladino replaced John in the Who. Okay, Batman on the bass. Oh. Okay, with the Who. Okay,
nice.
And he spelled it out. He spelled it Pall. Okay, all right.
Palladino.
Very
He's
nice.
got a nice podcast. Like he doesn't take a lot of interviews, but if you get a chance to listen to him, he's got some really cool stories, especially about that Who era of his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pino's not often mentioned as
Right.
one of those prolific bass players. Would you say, Russ? CJ?
Yeah, not mentioned often enough.
Yeah, not often
enough.
He might be generationally top 10 session bassist.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been touched by.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see
I
that.
have to admit, I never heard the name before. So
Right, me neither.
I'm going to research.
But if you do it, if you like, just Google him and say, okay, I know that song. I know that song. I know that
Okay.
song. I know that song.
Like, oh, no wonder. Okay.
All right. I love it.
He's one of those quiet personalities who speaks with their instrument.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you for that. All right, track number 8, CJ. Yeah, Dondria said that one's got a little sexy swing to it. Yeah. Definitely see folks dancing to that.
There was nobody doing swing.
No.
Yeah, this one, I knew this album was
Hold on, I didn't say it. She said, "Why y'all?"
What?
You don't say ain't nobody doing swing. Ain't nobody. I didn't say it. She said
no.
Nobody was doing swing back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not like that.
He said, "Hold on."
Dissing you, bro.
Hold on.
Right. Do that again, Russ.
No.
Right.
Can we bring something else?
Hold up. Wait.
What's some old man?
Carry on. I'm sorry. Carry on.
I was saying that I knew this album. I mean, there's many reasons why you know this album is a hit, but I recall seeing so many generations of people enjoying this album. And this song in particular was a song that like my aunts and uncles, my mom, dad, folks could do the bop to. Like that song, had kind of a Chicago vibe, but it also had like, just a nice danceable vibe to it. It immediately got folks up out of their chairs. It's just it's a good feeling song.
You're right about that, Ryan. It that song in particular had the album altogether really just it was a lot happening and thinking about it now, there was something for everybody. And so, and for my parents, they're 10 years apart. So even like my father loved the song.
Okay.
So, and then my mother would listen to it on KBLX a lot.
Right.
So I knew when KBLX grabbed a hold of that song when we get by, I knew the special as well as cruising. It was like, oh, okay. That's some grown man stuff. That's some grown folk stuff, right?
Some grown folk music, right?
Whenever my mom got in the car, she just went to hear shit damn motherfuckers. I'm like, no.
Really?
Yeah, you know how Atwater rolls?
She said, I bring my gun, Gerald.
Gerald did. Yeah, she does call me Gerald. Yes,
I was here before you got here, boy.
Now play that song. That one again, I like it because I'm hearing horns, for the first part, like really, really significant. And the breakdown in that one towards the end of the song is really, really cool on that one too. So again, he's finishing strong. With this album. Two more cuts, which we love. He's finishing strong. Let me stop right now and tell you that you're watching IRTS Live. We do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. We've been doing this now for 10 seasons, which amounts to about 6 years. If you have not seen or heard of us, go to YouTube and check us out. Check out the entire library. We've had everybody on from Will Downing to Will's wife Audrey. We've had comedian Tommy Davidson on. We had Eddie Levert on. We had Layla Hathaway on. We've had Eric Roberson on. We've had all kind of folks on this show that you're going to want to go back and check out the interviews because they don't talk to folks like they talk to us.
Everybody who was at the Met Gala has been on this show.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I watch the TV shows sometimes. I'd say, okay, she's been on, he's been on, she's been on, he's been on.
Yeah.
And so we got more to come too. So as we get into the summer, these people start touring and coming through the Bay. And if you out there in the audience happen to be a friend of a friend of a friend of somebody that you think we should have on the show, hit me in the DMs. Let's talk about it. Let's go. All right.
Okay, Lord.
He said that was a chest.
Yeah, he sure did. Watch out.
Oh, grits.
Here come the grits.
Hold on.
What you know about some DMs, Gerald?
Oh, yeah, Jerry. He didn't get nothing right, but he got DM right, huh?
You misinterpreting everything I'm saying. Misinterpreting.
Get me in my DM.
Everybody, we're not even in the same building. We all like,
Right.
Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me. Pray for me.
Hey, Resh, you lucky. I'm under him.
I know, bro.
Right.
Yeah, you gonna get the grits next, bro.
Hey, CJ.
Yo,
Boy, that Eddie show is fun.
them just jokes, baby.
All right, we got two more songs. We're gonna wrap it up. So CJ Flash, this one is a big one. This is one of the singles that was a big hit. I'm gonna chalk it in just like you did on the radio. Check it out, lady.
You're my lady. You're my lady. You're my lady. Don't think I'm sleeping looking at you. All of them wishing they could have you. And that's a matter of fact. A bunch of them itching for you to scratch them. I'm trying to hide what I feel. I'm trying to come with the rain. And I'm gonna make it known, 'cause I want them to know my lady. You're my lady. Yeah. You're my lady. You're my lady.
There's that bass again. There's that bass again. All right, Ryan, I'm going to think that you probably want somebody to love you like this song does too. So
You're my sugar baby. Absolutely. I was like, you know what? First of all, he dropped her off at work, and I know that was her Honda Civic. I know it was in the video. But it like, that's okay, baby. You know, you stay at home, you make these songs, and you come back and pick me up in my Honda Civic from my job. I'm okay with that. So
didn't catch that part in the video. I didn't catch that, but
you
okay.
gotta watch the video. He drops
the video,
he
bro.
comes and
I'm
he
watching
picks
it.
her up at work, or he drops her off at work.
You gotta start
No,
hanging
I'm
out with Damien.
I'm saying I didn't catch the significance of the Honda Civic in particular. But
I mean, I
okay.
don't know if it was a Honda Civic.
Well,
I might
that's
be,
because
be
that was the Honda Civic and the
baby boy.
Volkswagen Rabbit were female leaning cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't drop her off in no truck. I didn't see him drop her off in,
Yeah.
you know, it was like he was driving like this.
Yeah.
He sure was. Wasn't he? He sure
He was. He said, push that seat back. Push that seat back, D'Angelo.
Okay, well, Dondra got him in a Lexus, but okay, maybe it's in her Lexus. There
That
you
was
go.
her Lexus cruising
Keep
at
checking on
Tactical
this
Square.
there. Bass stomp. I love it.
Exactly. She probably had somebody drop her off in her Lexus playing that song at her job. I hate you, Jody. Exactly, Dondria. See, me and you, Dondria, we read here.
Baby boy.
That might be our first baby boy reference.
Yeah.
Get it with the quickness too. With the quickness,
That's funny.
you know. Give it up. Give it up.
Wow.
Back then, she was in the Civic going. She was in the Lexus going to Rusty Scupper.
Yeah, maybe.
Echo in the square. Good
Around that time, yeah. Would have been Rusty
Ivy's.
Scupper.
To Ivy's.
Or the Spaghetti Factory, something like that. I don't know.
Rusty Scupper, or yeah. Wow.
All right, so listen. We got one more song. CJ, CJ, did you see our conversation in the chat? Because it's all
I'm checking it now.
Okay, so we got one more song on this album, and then since we're a little bit short album, we might have some bonus stuff for you. So don't go
Yeah,
nowhere.
because the remix on this one goes crazy. I'm sorry.
Should we play the remix first?
Let's finish the album, and then we can do whatever remixes he's got.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about that lady.
One more song on the album. Song number 10 of this fantastic album that we said it was a platinum selling album, had 4 Grammy nominations, 4 singles that came off of it: Brown Sugar, Cruising, Lady, and what was the fourth one? When We Get By, I guess, was the fourth single of this one. So Higher is the last one. This is where you talked earlier about the gospel feel that you got from this album, D minor. So let's hear it and then you talk about it, right? Go ahead, Flash.
Feels like heaven, or when I think about you, sparking that love, oh yeah, within my soul. And when I touch you, yeah, I can't describe it. Sending chills, yeah, down to my bones. Ooh, yeah, my weakness, and watching over, right our love, we'll ride our love, yeah. Ride our love, yeah. Please give us strength, Lord, to fight our battles, and we can walk on the streets of gold. Yeah, won't you take me higher? Oh, yeah,
Oof. All right, Ryan, you were clutching your pearls first, so you go first.
Oh, I was holding my heart because of Gina's comment that song kept her from depression back in the day.
Yes.
Saw that too.
Yeah, and I was holding space for you, but that song is such a vibe, and what a way to end the album! Like, what a way to end the album! It was holy in its own way. It just every one of these songs drops you right in the middle of a place. I feel like everybody knew they were in that kind of hazy church with the with the stained glass, with the sun beating through, sitting on a velvet pew, listen to that song and seeing him up in the stands playing the organ. He just had a great way of painting a picture, and he didn't have to do it with the words. He did it with his instrumentation.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, D minor, talk about that one. You loved it early in the show, so love it now.
Oh man, that's what a way to end. What a way to end an album like that. I mean, again, you could just tell. I mean, it just goes back to the church. It goes back to his father. I mean, he made that organ talk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the roads as well. So, spiritually, this album, I think, as the young lady has said, that song in particular got her through some hard times, and boy, it's just such a vibe. I don't know what else to say. I think Ryan really encapsulated everything that was said in that. It's just beautiful all together.
And Gina says the same hookers in the corner, same ones. Same ones from earlier.
Not hookers.
Hookers. That's what I said. Hookers. I said hookers.
Yeah, you said hookers.
He said the hookers.
I said hookers. Hookers.
It be hookers in church.
I got an accent. You know I speak with an accent.
Yeah.
Come as you are, saith the Lord. So
Atwater accent.
You know I got an accent. I'm from the mid something. So
yeah.
Let me ask you this: as a man who does not sing, his harmonies are amazing because it sounds like his one voice has 3 layers to it. You guys hear that too? Did you mean because it sounds like his voice has 2 or 3 layers to his voice?
Well, that's the magic of engineering happening.
Yeah, when he's produced right, it's choral.
Yeah.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody this week about great engineering, and you take several takes. You know how recording music goes, and sometimes your engineer doesn't line up your vocals, and sometimes that's intentional because they want a raw sound. This track, there's intention behind making his voice sound exactly how you explained it, like it is a 3-tiered thing happening. And that's the magic of good engineering happening right there.
I'd love to know how many songs that they had done for this album and then settled on those 10. Because how many songs can you make that got this same groove to it, you know?
Yeah.
I was told this is it.
Really?
You did 10 and that was it, really?
Yeah. Matter of fact, with it's funny with Lady, that was actually for Tony. The idea of it was that it was supposed to be for the Tonys, and I think that I think it might have been Elijah and Tim. I don't think they liked it. They weren't really into it, so to speak. And it was like, oh, okay. And so it was just something that Ray just had around. And if you really think about it, that's where Raphael became. I think his confidence in playing guitar really started with that song, because that's him playing guitar. So that's when you started seeing Ray doing a lot of rhythm guitar, whether it be with Let's Get Down and whatever else he was doing for the House of Music album. But that was an idea that he had.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It was for the band, but D'Angelo was like, I like it. So, which made sense. It made perfect sense. But yeah, so Lady was, that was something that that D'Angelo took.
The fellas was like, we don't want to sing about no ladies. We don't know no ladies in Oakland.
She said that we didn't say that. She said that
we want hookahs.
Did not say that.
You know what? I never read the credits until right now.
Yeah.
I was today years old when I realized that Tim was playing piano, Ray played bass and guitar.
Yeah, and Ray is actually he's in the video.
Yeah, he's in the video.
So, and I mean,
that don't mean anything. Anybody could be in the video. I was in MC Breed's video. I wasn't rapping.
To the beat now.
I know him.
Well, look, that's 10 great songs on a great album, but we got some bonus stuff for you too, because you guys talked about some remixes. Guess who's got them?
Hey, that guy.
That guy in the middle.
I got a hand.
All right, Flash, I'm going to let you lead this part because I don't know what you're going to play. So do what you do.
That's okay.
Baby, let's cruise away from here. Don't be confused, baby. The way is clear. And if you want it, you get it forever. Oh, just for the one night stand. Oh, let the music take your mind. And just releasing you will find.
That's nice. That's nice.
And you guess who did that remix? Some of you guys already know.
I don't know.
Hey, Ron.
What is this? There was a sound in there that sounded really, really, really familiar.
Beep, beep.
Sounded like.
I know. I need to hear it again. I don't know.
Creep, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Dallas Austin.
Did he now?
Yeah. Dallas Austin.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So it sounded like Creep. TLC.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I hear it. Yep.
Okay. All right. I like that. You got another one?
And it was so cool because the way it was off.
Yeah.
It was 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2.
Mhm.
That was, it just stuck out.
Okay, Russ. This is one of Russ's favorite remixes.
Red Astaire, baby.
And if you dream to be free, I can take you there, just follow me. And if you dream to be free, I can take you there, just follow me. And if you dream to be free, I can take you there, just follow me. And if you dream to be free, I can take you there, just follow me. Baby, I won't steer you wrong. And it seems like to me, I do. So what you want? Slap your ass for your head. And even kiss you way down there. I will. And I won't.
See, I don't even mind you dipping to another album.
Yeah.
I don't even mind, bro.
That was it. That was it.
But that is the left-right remix by Red Astaire.
Yeah.
He's Swedish. Swedish.
Red Astaire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is Swedish. Okay. Yeah.
Red Astaire.
Red Astaire.
Red Astaire.
That's a person.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's a hookah.
Different. It's a hookah.
All right, hookah. Hookah from Southern Michigan. We're hanging out at Pookie's joint.
That's
Playing with some guy
funny.
named Peter.
Red Astaire has some really cool remixes out there, but that was
Man, yeah.
that was one because he hadn't really been in our world before,
Right.
Yeah.
and to have the rappers he had, it was that song was fire.
Yeah.
Remixes at that time were just crazy. And, you know, thinking about the remixes that came off of D'Angelo's Brown Sugar album, and then even with Devontae Swain doing That's the Way Love Goes. And yeah, I mean, you lived by those, you lived for those remixes, man.
That's real.
It's just for real. But
But it didn't seem to cannibalize the original record.
Never.
That's the
No.
magic of it.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Yeah.
It just prolonged the life of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If it stayed on the charts for 65 weeks, it's probably because of remixes and things like that.
Jeez. 65.
65 weeks. Hey, so I forgot what I was going to say now. But
It's all
Flash,
right.
you get another one, Flash?
Be like that.
You know what? I saw somebody say something. They wish he would put out some new music,
Yeah.
and they've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting.
Oh, what you know, CJ?
Waiting and waiting and waiting. Well, about 6 years ago, there was a video game that came out called Red Dead Redemption 2. It was a precursor to the original Red Dead. And I played the game. I love video games, but I was always a Red Dead fan. And I played it. And in the middle of this game, this song comes on. While you're playing, you're riding this horse, and this song comes on, and it sounds like this.
The pines, they often whisper.
Wow.
They whisper, but no tongue can tell. He who drinks from the deep water, may he know the depths of the well.
That sounds like something from the Center soundtrack.
It sounds like Lakeith Stanfield at Sylvia's.
Stand and shake out amidst the crash of the world.
And this song is playing, and I'm riding this horse in this video game, and I said, that sounds just like D'Angelo.
Yeah.
And it was, I looked it up,
That's cool.
and I found out that he was playing the same video game. He was at the studio at the studio is they're gonna kill me because that's one of my favorite studios ever. They had the whole GTA series. Anyway, so
Rockstar.
he was Rockstar. Thank you. He was in the studio playing this before the game came out, and they just kind of gently asked him and said, "Would you like to do a song for the soundtrack?"
Wow.
He said, "Yeah, sure."
A Western style song.
Yeah. And he did it.
But his vocals are just like what you like, Damien, from RH Factory.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That was cool, right?
Yeah,
All right.
I know we're doing remixes right now. We're kind of bouncing around from album to album. Flash, would you mind playing that track from RH?
Wait, which one? What happened?
Playing the Parliament cover from RH.
Oh, yes.
Let's make that be the last one because we got to get Ryan out that studio.
Okay,
Well,
wait.
yeah.
Before that, I'll transition. I gotta play this part.
There we go.
Hey, you're mine. You're mine. You're mine. Lady. Don't think I'm seeing them looking at you. All of them wishing they could have you. And as a matter of fact, a bunch of them itching for you to scratch them. I'm trying to holler with them. I'm trying to come with the rain. And I'm gonna make it known, 'cause I want them to know you're my lady. Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
good.
Primo.
Primo.
Man,
Primo.
This is a song in
Oh yeah, outstanding.
RH Factor. Yeah.
For she'll be coming back. You know her hair went out to play, but she'll get over that. You know what my reward when she returns. Oh, keeps me hanging on. I'll stay.
Nice.
Okay, how many wants to hear Martin Luther redo that?
Oh,
do.
Marty would kill it. Oh,
Oh, that would be fire.
Wouldn't it?
yeah,
Bro.
would kill it.
Oh my
Damien, where you
God.
at?
Marty would kill it.
Yeah, he would. He would kill it.
Okay, who would you put in the band?
I would like to hear.
Eric Pick Funk.
Well,
Okay.
actually, I want Jubu on guitar.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
Back and forth with Marty.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was gonna say.
I want Marty and Jubu's guitar singing.
Mm.
I love to hear, because Eric is such a subtle genius. He can kill that.
Yeah.
And now that I think about it, really, now that I think about it, I'm switching up.
Okay.
I'm not taking a Grammy off his nightstand, but if Legally Blind did that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Whole
Featuring Martin
band.
Luther? Legally Blind featuring Martin Luther.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
it right there.
Let's make it
Okay.
happen.
That's it.
July 5th.
That's it.
I
I
like
like
it.
that. I like that.
Not everybody love that song though. Bounce is
Respectfully.
Oh, damn.
But at the end says I like it.
Damn.
It is. It's I would say it's heavy. It's heavy.
It
It's
is.
not. Yeah. It's definitely a heavy, slow. I can see Dirge. I feel that. I feel that.
That's so
I
funny.
don't even know what dirge means, but I ain't agreeing.
You don't want none of that.
Exploitation film.
You know, it's crazy, Russ, how you said that with Chugu. I was thinking something in that arena as far as guitar players. I was thinking of Spanky. And got rest his soul.
Okay.
But
Who's in the brass section though, y'all? Who's brass?
It would
Oh,
have been
wow.
I'd say the
Now?
TP horns,
Who?
Tower Power horns.
Oh, Tower.
You
Power.
think so? Okay. I'll take Terrence Blanchard.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning.
Okay.
Yeah, I take T Blanchard.
Yeah, and you could that ties right into SF Jazz. That could work.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us producing shows here. I'm
Paris
trying to figure out why
Howard
everybody's picture got all small like this. It must be that it's time to end this show. Because all of a sudden the pictures went down to the bottom of the screen and I didn't do nothing, y'all.
Now you can watch us live every week on microfiche.
make sure you bring something like that you can look at it through.
Seriously.
I don't know what happened, but that's gonna be it then. That's gonna be it. That was a great show. It's good to see you guys all. I mean, I've seen you all over the last 7 weeks, one at a time, two at a time, but not all 5 of us at a time. And especially thank you, Ryan, because I know it's your birthday and you could have been doing 15 other things, and
happy birthday.
So we appreciate you spending time with us.
Can I give a shameless plug to Ryan here?
Please.
We've known each other for some years, but I believe 2 weeks ago was the first time we've ever been on the same stage together.
That's crazy. That's true, Russ.
Yes. Ryan killed at Yoshi.
Oh, thank you, Russ.
She came on with a feature at I.O. Brain's 18th birthday celebration. 2 sold-out shows. She killed.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. I was honored to be on the stage with you, sister.
Oh, same.
So this is all the hubbub's about?
It's funny you say that because I got a lot of friends and family that watch from all over the country, and they always want to know, was she really that talented? So I had 2 cousins from Maryland that came out when you did that Christmas thing. Was it Christmas at the Paramount, the Aretha thing? Was that for Christmas?
Oh, that was New Year's. That was around, that was Martin Luther King's birthday.
And they sat in the second row and watched you do your thing. So they're believers now too. So
well, thank you, believers.
We're very proud of you. So I'm gonna put this one more time and see how big it is or how little it is.
Hey, there it goes.
Hey. Sell some more tickets and we're gonna get off the air here, okay?
Yeah, y'all get your tickets. ACT-SF.org. Come see Co-Founders, a musical before it hits Broadway because it will go to Broadway. This is an original piece written by myself and my 2 co-writers, Bo Lewis and Adisha Adefela, and I am in it. I'm not playing the lead, but I'm playing a principal role because I done wrote a show that exceeds my talents.
That's right.
You gotta say you're right. You're going back to New York.
I'm going back to New York. That's right. Exactly. We've been there. But
can I shout out my man CJ Flash, the almighty DJ?
What happened?
Hey,
he is opening for the Queens this weekend.
We are opening.
What?
No, you opening. I'm DJ Helper with a sweater.
Gladys and Patty and them.
Gladys and Patty.
And Shaka.
Word has it, Patty's bringing a vegan sweet potato pie straight from the back of Walmart for you, bro.
Yep, sure is. She gonna hook me up, and I'm gonna have I want the prune cobbler. I want the prune cobbler.
That's for you, Russ. That's for you.
There's word on the street that it was actually blackberry pie that he was eating on the set. Chipmunk.
Well, I always tell people you got to see them legends when they come through. Here's a chance to see 4 of them at the same time, and then not all 4 of them are doing all the shows all across the country. So we're very, very, very fortunate to have all 4. No. Some places there are only 3 of them.
Oh wow!
Okay.
They knew they had to bring it over.
I didn't know that.
We're blessed. We are blessed.
I didn't know that either.
We are blessed. All right, so I'm not going to go around the horn because we've been going around the horn all night long, but I just want to say it's good to see y'all. And again, if you miss any of this show or just want to catch it all over again, check us out on YouTube at IRTS Space Show, or stay right where you are because as soon as we're done, it'll start all over again. You can catch the parts that you missed. Tell a friend to sign up and follow us on YouTube, and we will see you next week with another episode of IRTS Live.
Jerry, can I take him out? Take him out.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
IRTS Live is created and hosted by Jerry Dove and is joined by a team of the industry's finest. Music director, CJ Flash. Ryan Nicole. Big Russ, and D Minor. IRTS Live is brought to you by Lifelong Medical Care, providing high-quality care with compassion. Call them at 510-549-5454 or visit lifelongmedical.org. And by C-Dove HR Consulting Group, providing personalized service for building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Check out gdovedesigns.com for hoodies and t-shirts that make a statement. And be sure to get the new IRTS Live coffee mug. Join CJ Flash for the feel-good music for the people experience. Live Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 to 3 p.m. and Fridays from 12 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Watch and listen to him on TikTok and Mixcloud. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor, please email us at info@irtsshow.com.